Your review, I'm gonna react to Kendrick Lamar caught faking his streams. Did he? We about to see.
So it's safe to say that Kendrick won his battle with Drake, but he might have just taken his first L. He was basically exposed for allegedly buying streams for his hit record Not Like Us, where he's had the world.
And I ain't gonna lie, even though I'm not really a Kendrick Lamar fan, as I said previous videos, that Not Like Us song was really valid. I ain't gonna lie, it was a valid song. A valid diss song.
Chanting that Drake is a certified PDF file. Now, there's a chance that this is not true, which I'll explain in this video, but if it is true, considering the fact that Drake accused Kendrick in the past of buying bots and comments and streams, and considering the fact that one of the many reasons why Kendrick won this battle is because his song Not Like Us was the #1 song in the country. If it is in fact true that Kendrick bought all the streams that made this song such a success, it definitely takes away from some of the impact and magnitude of the victory that we thought Kendrick took. So basically, Academics had a guest on his stream by the name of Epic. This was an anonymous kid. He wouldn't reveal his real identity, but basically he's in the business of giving artists fake streams. Streamers as well. What this is meant to do is basically boost the sales or views of their albums, singles, or in a streamer's case, basically their live streams. So this kid, Epic, he claims that Spotify is actually involved in artists faking streams, where either they let it happen.
You know, that could be true though. Like, I be hearing like artists do be faking these streams. Like, is that true? Let me know.
Or they have deals with labels. And the reason why Spotify lets this happen is because it actually boosts their numbers as well, right? The more fake streams on Spotify's platform, the more it looks like people are actually using Spotify's platform. Now, in the past, we've seen artists like French Montana be very open about the fact that they use bots to increase their streaming numbers. He had a song called Writing on the Wall with Cardi B and Post Malone, and that song just randomly, strangely popped up to like the top of the charts on Spotify, and it was in everybody's playlist even if they didn't add the song. It was artificially boosted by labels, playlists, and bots to increase its streaming numbers. I think Gunna's a very recent culprit of this as well. If you go look at the charting activity of some of the songs off his most recent album, you'll see that they get absurd increases in streams on some days and then get much less streams the next day. And normally with a song, it doesn't work like that. If you get 100,000 streams today, odds are you'll get around 100,000 streams tomorrow. It doesn't go from like 100,000 to then 1,000,000 and then the next day back to like 200,000. It's usually not so up and down, and when it is like that, it's usually because the labels are trying to, again, artificially enhance the numbers and force this song down your throat. And if people aren't listening to it, that's why you get those sharp declines in streaming numbers. And then when the label tries to artificially push it again, that's when the song's streaming numbers go back up a lot. So anyways, it's very common for artists to do this, fake their numbers, fake their streams, but it's very different in Kendrick Lamar's case, and it looks terrible on his entire performance in this beef if he really was buying all these bots and streams, and I'll explain why later on in this video. But essentially, this guy who was on Academic Stream, he was explaining that nowadays, it's very inexpensive and easy to fake streams. You can basically program and emulate a mobile device on a computer, download Spotify on that emulated mobile device, and then just continuously stream a song all day, and the numbers then get artificially boosted because the song is playing, it's just not actually being listened to by anyone. It's a computer system that's basically playing the song over and over again with the sole purpose of increasing the number of streams that the song has. So yeah, this guy on Academic Stream, he's basically saying this is his whole business, right? He knows how to program and emulate mobile devices on his computer, where basically you're tricking the system into thinking you're on a real phone. From there, you buy Spotify Premium gift cards, you set up a Spotify Premium account, and you just start streaming songs nonstop. And labels and artists actually pay this guy to do this for them, because it increases the numbers of streams that these artists are getting on their songs, which makes them look more popular than they actually are. And this guy was showing Academics his bank account. Apparently he's made dozens of millions of dollars from doing this, but he's claiming that he's exposing all of this because right now his life is being threatened and he doesn't want to be in this business anymore, and he also does not know who is threatening him. But he has an idea of who he thinks could possibly be threatening him, and that's the reason why he's on Academic Stream. It's to specifically expose the fact that he was hired by Kendrick's team to basically program a bunch of fake mobile phones to stream Kendrick's song Not Like Us 30 million times. Now,
So what the guy's basically saying is Kendrick Lamar is allegedly like threatening him and some shit that's what he's trying to say, or some shit like that.
you guys didn't already know, again, the song is the #1 song in the country. It's been streamed over 300 million times on Spotify. And Kendrick fans were celebrating, and really this is why some people thought he won the beef, is because he beat Drake at his own game. Drake is the numbers guy, but when him and Kendrick both released diss songs, Kendrick's diss songs blew Drake out of the water in terms of numbers of streams. Then we heard Drake accusing Kendrick and his team of buying bots and fake comments and dislikes on Drake videos.
I mean, I'm not surprised, bro, because Drake, I mean, like, Drake lost against Pusha T, you feel me? So, you know.
And fake streams on his songs. But Kendrick also accused Drake of doing the same thing by saying that he's playing nerdy with Zach.
But Drake is still, like, you know, Drake is still Drake. Like, his career's not gonna die down after this.
A Twitter bot. Basically saying that Drake bought Twitter bots to comment negative things about Kendrick on Twitter. But aside from Drake accusing Kendrick of buying streams, there's also been a lot of talk online about how suspicious it is how much Kendrick's song Not Like Us is recommended in random Spotify playlists and how hard they're pushing it. Now, it's normal for a streaming platform to push very popular songs, but people were saying that this song was getting recommended in playlists in completely separate genres, like jazz music playlist had Not Like Us in that playlist, which would make no sense, right?
That shit makes no sense. In a jazz playlist, in a jazz category, like, come on, bro. I can understand it's a hip-hop category, yes, I understand, but jazz, R&B, like, nah, like...
That just seems like the label or streaming companies are forcing this song down people's throats. So yeah, the song has already been suspiciously pushed very hard in random playlists, and it actually broke Drake's record for the most streamed song in one day on Spotify. The numbers did seem very inflated, but the beef was also blowing up the song and making it rise to insane levels of popularity. So before this guy came out and said that Kendrick's team bought fake streams, it was very easy to chuck these rumors as just being rumors because of how big the hype of the beef already was and because of how good of a song Not Like Us already was. But anyways, this guy Epic came out on Academic Stream and he's exposing Kendrick because apparently he was promised not only a certain amount of cash, but also a percentage of the profits of the Not Like Us song in exchange for 30 million fake streams. So the deal was for 30 million fake streams, this guy Epic would get $5,000 and a percentage of the Not Like Us record after it was released. He claims that some of the streams of the song definitely are real. However, in order to make sure that Kendrick won the numbers side of this battle, his team wanted to be 100% ensured that they would be getting way more streams than Drake would. So they wanted to come prepared, and before the song even dropped, they pre-planned to buy fake streams so that the numbers just seemed astronomically high from the get-go. That could explain why the song was breaking all those streaming...
Showing the table. Breaking glasses, all that. Bugging.
Records right when it first got released. It got like 13 million streams in a single day for like 4 days in a row. It was insane. At the same time, Drake's diss songs were getting millions and millions of dislikes on his YouTube videos, which is very uncommon.
Damn. Millions of dislikes. But, you know, it don't matter at the end of the day because at least people are still watching, you feel me?
Typically, even in quite hated videos, the ratio of likes to dislikes is not as high as it was on these Drake videos. So that's why Drake was kind of coming out and accusing Kendrick's team of just buying a bunch of bots to increase his numbers and then add a bunch of dislikes to all of Drake's content. So Kendrick's team allegedly gave this guy $2,500 initially and told him that when everyone else was paid out from the song, that's when he would get the rest of his money and his percentage. And he says that's quite normal. You know, usually an artist would want to pay you initially just a certain part in advance, and then once the fake streams actually hit and they see that it's legit, then they would pay you the rest of the money that they owe you. And he actually sent Academics a screenshot of his bank account where it shows that he received a payment for the song on the 6th of May, and the song had dropped on May the 5th. So the dates do line up, and eventually Academics pressures him to admit that on the invoice of $2,500 was the name of Anthony Saleh, which, if you guys don't know, is actually Kendrick Lamar's manager, basically proving that Anthony Saleh, Kendrick Lamar's manager, paid this guy $2,500 to give Kendrick 30 million streams on his song Not Like Us. The screenshots are there. It does say Anthony Saleh LLC, and this guy, the fake streamer, claims that basically a third party middleman the deal and introduced him to Kendrick Lamar's manager, Anthony. Basically, this third party marketer reached out to this fake streaming guy and said, hey, we need 30 million streams for this song that's about to release. And then he connected them with Kendrick's management, who then paid this guy for the fake streams. Now, this kid claims that he spent $10,000 out of his own pocket to emulate the cell phones that then fake all the streaming numbers. It costed him $10,000 to do that whole operation, and he never received the full payment that he was promised. Instead, they ghosted him when he started asking for the money, and when he threatened to expose them, he started receiving threats from random cell phone numbers. Now, this guy doesn't know if it's the third party that's trying to scam him and threaten him. He doesn't know if it's Kendrick's team that's trying to threaten him, but he's basically scared for his life, and that's why he hopped on Academic Stream to expose all this.
Well, is it Kendrick Lamar's teammates? It could be possible. You feel me? Allegedly, you know, like.
Basically saying that, hey, this is what happened. I was paid to do these fake streams. This is the name.
It cannot be Kendrick Lamar teammates. Like he said, it could be like anybody who's allegedly threatened his life.
The person that paid me, so if anything happens to me, you guys kind of know who was involved and what went down and who's responsible for anything dangerous potentially happening to me. He also sent a screenshot to academics of a random phone number that texted him saying, "We know where you live, you can't hide forever." Now, this guy proved to academics that he could easily get bots and run numbers up on basically any platform by telling academics to go and make a fake Instagram account. So it started off with basically 0 followers, and the guy got it to over dozens of thousands of followers in just a matter of minutes. He then told academics to post a picture on that account, and he instantly worked his bot magic and got 20,000 comments and thousands of likes on the picture almost instantaneously. He also claims that Aiden Ross fakes his streams, and all in all, this was an insane stream between academics and this kid, and really shows us that if Kendrick Lamar deceived us this entire time and also was not confident enough to just kind of let the music speak for itself without trying to skew the numbers, did he really take the massive W that we thought he did? Now, in my opinion, this doesn't change the entire narrative of the beef or who's the winner, but it is a little bit disappointing that throughout a big portion of this beef, both of them were kind of going back and forth on fake information. Kendrick claiming that Drake had a daughter, Drake claiming that Kendrick beats his wife, or that his wife had a kid with his manager, Dave Free. Like, the whole time we were kind of going back and forth.
It was talking crazy on these diss tracks, bro. I believe Drake said like Kendrick Lamar allegedly got molested or some shit like that. Allegedly.
Trying to peel back these rumors and see if there was any validity to them. And that was really the lowest point of the beef, when the focus shifted from the bars and the music and the disses to, you know, who had the biggest TMZ-style gossip headline about the other person. So if you couple that on top of the fact that Kendrick Lamar really maybe was faking the numbers of this song, considering the fact that one of his biggest flexes in the entire beef is that he was destroying Drake on the number side of things, it's kind of disappointing to know that he was trying to artificially, you know, fake a lot of that. But there's only so much of it you could fake, man. I mean, you can't go outside anywhere without hearing this track. It's obviously an insane record. In my opinion, Song of the Summer, an absolute banger that's going to live on as one of the most legendary diss tracks of all time. So maybe it didn't legitimately break any sort of streaming or charting record. It's a legendary song nonetheless, and Kendrick is about to do his first performance after this entire battle, which is going to make this moment even.
And he did, though. He did. I see like pictures of him like performing, like he did.
More legendary. And who knows, maybe this entire stream between academics and this kid who buys a bunch of bots and fake streams, maybe this was all planned by Drake in order to try to stomp on Kendrick's massive moment that he's about to have with this show that he's about to do. Now again, the screenshot of the payment to this kid's bank account said it was from Anthony LLC. Again, the kid claimed that Anthony Saleh, Kendrick's manager, sent him $2,500 for 30 million fake streams of Not Like Us. He claims he was underpaid, and the screenshot says 2.5K from Anthony Saleh LLC. Now, if you look up Anthony Saleh LLC, it doesn't exist. There's no LLC that exists under that name when you look up all the LLCs online. If you don't know what an LLC is, it's basically when you want to register your own company. In America, it's basically just the easiest way to do that for tax purposes. So it makes sense if Anthony Saleh had his own management company and he was managing Kendrick and he was sending out money to promote and market Kendrick, it would come from his own LLC, his own company. But because of the fact that on that little bank transaction screenshot from that kid, it said Anthony Saleh LLC. And if you go online, you can't find any sort of existence of an Anthony Saleh LLC. It begs the question if this is even true or not. If that company doesn't exist and we already know this kid is very technology savvy, maybe he just created this whole bank screenshot out of thin air. Maybe he really does do fake streams, but this is all an entire fake narrative to try and tarnish any sort of victory that Kendrick took in this beef and try to expose him to destroy any momentum that he might have in the future or any potential disses that he might throw at Drake in the future, potentially at his show that's coming up in just a couple hours from now. What do you guys think? Is this the last that we'll be hearing about this entire beef, or will new stories keep popping up of people trying to jump in and pretend like they had some sort of involvement in this thing where one party was trying to make the other party look bad, right? We remember that anonymous Twitter account that came out and said that he had all of the items that were in Meet the Grams album artwork, and now we have this anonymous guy who buys fake streams claiming that Kendrick was trying to buy fake streams. What's going to be the next story, right? And do we even care? Does it really matter as long as we're getting good music from these guys? And do you think Kendrick is going to reignite this beef in any capacity at his next show? Is he going to perform Not Like Us? Does it matter if any sort of streaming record or any streams in general of Not Like Us were fake or real? Do numbers play any sort of role in deciding who's the winner of a rap beef? And did Kendrick Lamar really win, or did this entire fiasco with academics on his stream prove that all this entire victory was fabricated? Let me know and I'll
Okay, that's the thing. So yeah, you guys, like, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that Kendrick Lamar like fake his streams? Like, do y'all think he fakes his streams? I don't know. Like, I don't know. And also, like, what y'all think about Kendrick Lamar like disses towards Drake? You know, and and also, what is your favorite Kendrick Lamar fan? So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes. We're checking out you are.